So far, we've used several examples of variables and operators. We've assigned values to variables and we've concatenated text values to variables in converting SQL statements into PHP. It's time now we looked at variables and operators in a little more depth to prepare for the next stages of this course. Essentially, variables store values, text, numbers, dates and times, and arrays of any of those things. Variable names always start with a $sign followed by a letter or an underscore, and that's followed by a sequence of letters, numbers, and underscores. For example, $note is a legitimate variable name, as is $note3, or not underscore a underscore note, or $_5678. And a string of letters preceded by a $sign is fine too. The things to watch that will cause errors are the illegal variable names, for example, things that start with a number or fail to put the $sign out the front. Spaces or other punctuation marks are not illegal either, like the hyphen. A lot of people attempted to put in a hyphen. There are lots of naming conventions for variables, and purists will argue long and hard about which are the best ones. Some people claim that each word of a variable should be separated by an underscore. My preferred convention is that the first word of a variable starts with a lowercase letter and subsequent words start with uppercase letters. I try to avoid the use of numbers in variables, and I only use the underscore when I deliberately want to separate out the part of a variable which I can capture with a double click and the rest of it, because an underscore will separate out what's capturable by a double click. We'll now look at the different types of operators and what operators are. There are arithmetic operators, assignment operators, logical operators, and comparison operators. You'll be very familiar with arithmetic operators. They simply do arithmetic. So we can assign the variable z to the value 3 add 4. The plus sign, or the addition operator, is a binary operator because it operates on two arguments. In this case, it operates on the 3 and the 4. Similarly, we can use the subtraction operator, another binary operator that's operating here on the 7 and the 3. So that z, the variable $z, is assigned to the value 4. And the others you'll be familiar with. 3 multiplied by 5, that's the multiplication operator, and the division operator, 6 divided by 2, and that will assign the variable z to the value 3. This is a slightly different one that's frequently used in programming. It's the modulus operator. It says it assigns to z the value of the remainder when 13 is divided by 9. So z in this case will be assigned the value of 4 because when you divide 13 by 9, you get a remainder of 4. There are two other arithmetic operators called unary operators that only operate on one argument. The increment operator, designated by a double plus sign, operates on the single variable, in this case $z, to increment the value by 1. So if z previously had a value of 4, that command in PHP, variable z++, would give z the value of 5. You've probably guessed that the double minus sign, the decrement operator, gives z the value of 1 less than it was previously. So if z started with a value of 5, z minus minus gives z the value of 4.